Okay, this is Art 153, and I want you to review your assignments, and I want to go over your syllabus, how to read your syllabus. Let me see if I can share some of it with you, if it'll allow me to share. Okay. Can you all see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the syllabus, the mission of Philander Smith College. Can someone read that to me so I know you're following me?
To graduate
Yes.
academically accomplished students grounded as advocates for social justice, determined to change the world for the better.
Excellent. Okay, so now go down. You'll see on your syllabus the office hours, and that's at 12 o'clock to 1. Feel free to call me anytime. You see that little chart underneath there? Some of the students want to know how to get in touch with me. At Tuesday, uh, 12 to 4 p.m., you can call, but set up an appointment. Say that I want to meet with you on Tuesday. I want to meet with you on Wednesday. Um, I want to meet with you on Friday. So Monday, what have you. So feel free to do that. The textbook that we're using is Exploring Art, a Global Thematic Approach. And that's the ninth edition of that one by Lazari and Donna Schlescher. So if you can pull that textbook up, not right now, but if you want to, if you have two devices, you can pull that up. You can see what's going on there. But I want to get to the assignments, which is on page 3. Find 3 references or sources. Then, secondly, write 2 paragraphs, at least 2 paragraphs. Some of the students have written 2 pages. I only want 2 paragraphs. But because you have, can anyone tell me how many assignments in these charts there are that you have to do for this semester? How many assignments? I need a number. How many assignments? Unmute yourselves and give me a number.
Is it 40?
Yes, 40 class periods, 40 assignments. And you see the dates? Look at Labor Day. You stopped at Labor Day, but you don't stop doing it. You just keep going. Labor Day is on what date? You won't be in class, but you still have that assignment. That assignment is emphasis and focal point, and it's on a Monday. Monday is a Labor Day. So you know you have to do that assignment, right? Okay? So you can do it ahead, or you can do it once you send an email and say, I'd like to do it on X date. Turn it in on X date, Dr. Hargrove. And of course, I'm going to be amenable to say, yes, you can turn it in on X date. I'm trying to build the 7 timeless human values. One of them is leadership. Students have to take leadership at Philander and state when they can do, when they said they want to do the assignment. There are dates on here, and you are going to do those according to the dates. Now, what does a semester mean? The word semester. How many weeks does the word semester mean? How many weeks does the word month mean? How many weeks does the word month mean? Unmute yourselves. 4. Very good. Now, when you hear the word semester, have you thought in terms of it as weeks? Because you should have, because it's 15 weeks. Often at Philander Smith College, it turns into 13 or 14 weeks, depending upon your final exam. So if you have 40 to do, you count on 10 weeks. 10 weeks, 40 to do. So if you're going to say, well, I'm going the first 3 weeks, I'll do 10. So that 10 will take you, what is art 1, line shape, content 2, 3D art 3, go down to, it'll take you about to content and analysis. That's the first 3 weeks. You should have those 10. 3, 6, 9, 12 weeks. So that's 12 weeks in a semester. You should have all of your work completed for your 100 points. 100 points. So just about every 3 weeks, 3, 6, 9, 12, you're doing 10 of these. That's how you plan in college. You have to plan, take leadership. And what is the 4th timeless human value class? What is the 4th timeless human value? What is it? Unmute yourselves.
Leadership.
Leadership. You have to take leadership with doing your assignments so that you don't fall behind. Okay? So that's that assignment. You have 40 to do. You got 40 different days, but now you know that you can do 10 a week and be on course. Now, what is the last activity in that chart? What are the last 2 activities? The last 2 activities in that chart. Unmute yourselves. Art. What is art is the first one. What is the last one?
The last one is expression.
Yes. Now go to the next chart. It's going to give you some dates. This is how you plan on reading your syllabus. August 17th, you were introduced to the course and you reviewed your syllabus. Today I'm reviewing it again, and you'll review your syllabus every day. You're going to, I want you to find your points to the right, to the extreme right. They're going to be in bold, some numbers in bold. When is that first number in bold going to be given to you? August what?
21st.
Okay, Black Art Critique number 1. Obviously, that date has gone. You started school a little differently. You didn't start on Monday. You started on Wednesday. So that assignment is going to be due this coming Friday. Is that okay? It was supposed to be due last Friday, but it's going to be due this coming Friday. Black Art Critique. You're going to identify the African American art, and there are 83 pieces at Philander Smith College. And you're going to identify those. Let me see where
do that, Dr. Hargrove, when we're not on campus?
I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to, just as I emailed it to you today, I'm going to email it to you. Thanks for reminding me. You don't have it, right? Okay. So I'm going to email it to you. And this is, let's see if the students can actually see it. Can you see this? Some, read it to me. Can you see this, class?
Selections from art.
Yes. This is what I'll email to you, and it's going to have, let's see. This is Michael Chooks. Michael Chooks, you're going to critique for 50 points. And Michael Chooks is in your syllabus for 50 points. You're going to talk about the various 8 parts to art. And you're going to describe what you see. You see lines, shape, texture, and those are the 8 words that I emailed you already, that I asked you to pull up your email, your handouts. I'll go over some of those with you. Let me show you some of the other pictures that are in our library. I had all of these done so that you can see what is in our library. We have the best library in the nation as it relates to African American art.
We can't hear you no more.
You can't hear me?
Now we can.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, the African American art, it is outstanding. I'll send this to you, and so that you can start picking out 10 that you really like to describe. You're going to pick out only 10. We have 83 pieces in our library, but you're only going to pick out 10 that you really like. And you're going to describe them in art terms. Let's see what those art words are. Yes. Art words. That one, let me see. Okay. You remember seeing these words in your handouts? Class? These are your handouts. It's list of descriptive words in art critique. What is the first way to critique an art piece? It's in bold. How many words do you have to learn for your vocabulary? How many words? You have to learn line. You have to learn tone, number 2. Number 3, texture. Number 4, you're going to learn the shape, movement, right? Scale, contrast, and color is your last one. That's what you're going to learn, those 8 words. And underneath each one of those 8 words are signal words. For example, if you got ready to talk about shape, which many of you did line and shape for your second write-up, can you tell me what 3 words would you learn not memorize, but learn, related under shape. There's, you can say organic shape, a curvaceous shape, geometric shape, angular shape, or elongated shape. So if you saw my head, the head of Dr. Hargrove, you say the shape of his head is elongated. He has an angular shape head. Shape, you got to use the code, the signal words plus the main word. His waist is curvaceous. The shape of his waist is curvaceous. He has a curvaceously shaped waist. Shape, his muscles, the shape of his muscles are geometric and angular. So you have to use your signal words plus your major 8 words, each in each category. The word scale. There's a large scale, a small scale. The picture is a large scale or a small scale. The statue is large scale or small scale. Intimate, miniature, a monumental scale. The picture, the statue of Dr. Martin Luther King in Washington, D.C., the scale of it is monumental. Once you see that statue, you'll get the impression it's not small scale. A large scale is monumental to me. But you're the one making the judgment, the decisions. You'll learn the words under contrast: dramatic, subtle, strong. And let me see, there's a third page. Other way. This is the third page. Color. Bold color. Color was on the second page. The signal words on the third page. You see that? Bold. Visual color. Subtle color. Pale color. Earthy color. Or naturalistic colors. So, but you'll only require to learn at least 3 of your choice, so that when you describe your pictures of your 10 African American art in our library, you will be able to say that I like this picture because the bold color stands out. The earthy color goes in with the environment. The subtle contrasting colors. See how you did that? So that's how you do that. Then they give you another list of descriptive words like saturated, and then it goes all the way down to the bottom. So, but you are the one that is going to be creative with describing why you like those 10 pictures that are in our Reynolds library. Okay? So that's how you'll do that. When you take a stab at that, you'll get better the second writing. You'll get better than that the third assignment, the fourth assignment. You'll get better. And you'll realize that you are artists. All of you are artists. And these are the 8 words to describe art. Let's go to Bloom's Taxonomy. Bloom's Taxonomy. Are you able to see that? Bloom's Taxonomy? Unmute yourselves. I can't hear. Oh, say what? You able to see it? Okay. So in your handout, the first Bloom Taxonomy, how many words are there in Bloom's Taxonomy? How many categories? How many categories? Knowledge is the first category. No, go to the second page. How many words? How many?
6.
Yes. Okay, so on your test, I will ask you, what are the 6 words categories in Bloom's taxonomy? And what would you tell me those 6 categories are?
Knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation.
Yes. So you'll get 5 points for that. You're trying to get 100 points so you can maintain your A. Now, what are 3 signal words under evaluation that you will learn? Which another person may pick out 3 more words that they will learn. What are the 3? You can do this now so you won't have any homework. I need you to come up with 3 signal words under evaluation that you will learn. 3 signal words under synthesis that you will learn. 3 signal words under analysis that you will learn. If I tell you, break down the following information, what am I trying to get you to do? Which one of the 6 Bloom's categories am I trying to do if I told you to break down the information?
Analysis.
Yes. So your ACT and your SAT tests were looking for you to use these words. When they gave you an analysis problem, you should have given them back. It allows one to break down the diagram. If you had mentioned diagram, you would have gotten 3 points more on your SAT or ACT test by knowing Bloom's taxonomy, because it's based on that. But most of our students don't learn it until they get to college. These students learn these 6 words in elementary school. And that's why they do so well on their SAT and ACT tests. All you're doing is saying an analysis recognizes. If they say, if they use recognizes or point out which one differs, point out. You see under analysis the word point out, points out. So they are asking you which word points out the difference between one chemical and another chemical. You think it's about science, but it's about your knowledge of language on knowing analysis. What is it, an analysis vocabulary you're supposed to use, a synthesis vocabulary, evaluation vocabulary, knowledge, all these words, vocabulary words. So if you could have said the first one separates, you use that word separates. That's an analysis. They said point out, all you're doing is finding 3 different words so that they can give you credit for the vocabulary of you not, but they're going to use it in a science example because most students give up when they hear mathematical. They say, point out the difference between A and B. And then you say, in pointing out the difference between A and B, one must recognize. You use one of your words, recognize, because it separates this from that. You use another word, separates, under analysis. You say, and then the limits of the math problem, you throw in that in there. You don't have to know math. You just have to know your signal words to answer the question. Same thing with art. They're going to ask you to break down the art. And then you're going to point out some differences. You're going to diagram some things. You're going to see what distinguishes this art piece from another art piece. You see all those under analysis? You got to learn how to use your vocabulary words in order to critique art. Now, look under evaluation and see if the word critique is under there. Under evaluation. Do you see the word critique? Unmute yourselves. Class, are you with me? Have I faded out?
It says criticizes. Oh, yes, it said critique. I'm sorry.
Okay, so critique is the highest thing that you can do in this society. Evaluate somebody. Because when you evaluate somebody, you should see a word which is third from the last word, judges. You're making a judgment about a person's worth. You're evaluating that person. Say, I don't like to be around that person. You're making a judgment about that person. But you got to defend your actions and your words. You got to make some conclusions why you don't like being around a certain category of people. So evaluation, what is the lowest level in Bloom's taxonomy? Evaluation is the highest, then what is the lowest level? Knowledge. Number one, knowledge. You see that? So if I gave you a test and which said, name 3 things that do not go together. That's the lowest level of information test that I can give you because it's just testing your knowledge. If I wanted to test your analysis, see if you can synthesize information or if you can evaluate, that's higher order thinking skills. Your lower order thinking skills is somebody tell you, match the following. And they're going to put a list of words in A category and a list of words in B category. And you got to match and draw an arrow from here to here and match them. That's low level testing. They say list the following in the right order. List. That's under knowledge. List the following in the right order. So you just list. You just putting a list together. It doesn't require a lot of thinking. But to analyze a situation requires you to think, critically think. For you to do synthesis, it requires you to think. To do evaluation requires you to critically think about a topic, a subject, a picture, a painting. Everybody with me? Okay, so comprehension, you're learning 3 words under comprehension. 3 words on the knowledge that you will commit to learning. 3 words on the application. My favorite is charts. If someone tells you chart the following, they're trying to get you to apply your knowledge. Application. Chart the following. Say, and compute the following. They're trying to get you to apply your knowledge. He instructs the students. The other one prepares. So, and teaches. So those are the words. You got homework to learn your Bloom's taxonomy, your homework to, and your 3 words associated with it. I would just put down my 6 words, and then I'll start putting my 3 words underneath each of those. I'll put down my 8 words to describe art, and I'll start putting my 3 signal words under those to describe art. And that's how I will basically organize my my planning of learning my assignment. See, there are 6 categories such as knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Learn at least 3 signal words under 6 categories, Bloom's taxonomy. That's questions? Questions?
Yeah, so the homework for tonight on the syllabus is the 3D art, form, value, mass, and texture. So are we doing the sources again? Like how we did for the
yes. Yes. Thanks for reminding me about that one. Okay, go to here is let me see if I can come back. Stop sharing. Okay. I'm back. You will do. Can I get? I had Miss Boone. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Miss Boone. Can you read some of your assignments? I want you to pay attention to how she is um, sharing what the author is saying in the three sources. That's how I want you to write yours of how the what what you're reading. I want you to state it as though you read it. Okay, can you read some of it, Miss Boone?
Sure. According to the balanced art history, art is interactions between the elements and principles of art that help artists to organize sensory pleasing works of art while also giving viewers a framework within which to analyze and discuss aesthetic ideas.
Okay, now she said according to, what was your first word again?
What do you mean?
What did you say at the beginning? This first sentence. According to the article. And then she put the article down to the bottom so I could click it and to verify that she indeed read that. Okay? So now I want you to, let me see. Thanks a lot, Miss Boone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me see if I can go back to sharing. Here's one. Can you see this here? Can you all see this by Miss Boone? This is what she did for line shapes and contrast. I hope you can see it. Can anyone see that? Can you see it, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It says in this video titled Thinking. So now I know she saw a video about color, contrast, line, and shape. It defines line. She's talking about that video defines lines and contrast as elements and contrast, so forth. And then the second paragraph, you can see that line is defined as the form that conforms outline, can be used or shading and so forth. If I wanted to click on it, I can click on it right here. So now I can verify that she read the various articles. Okay, now look at the second one. The second one says the elements of art, line. In the article title, now I know the name of the article, it's titled The Elements of Art, line. And she's saying it states in that article that lines are the basic tools for artists. And then she goes on to put a source so that I can, she further states right here in this article, it shows that it showed that it showed a PowerPoint and various images. And then I can click on that and I can verify that indeed she read the article. Is everyone following me?